Hello and welcome to episode 38 of the Push Button Profit Show. Yes, episode 38, the show where we introduce you to the make money online and internet marketing product creators. With me today is Mike Thomas, Mike from Maine, who's bringing out Webinaro tomorrow on Thursday, July 22nd at 10 a.m. Eastern. If at any point you're interested in picking up Webinaro or seeing if it's for you, you can click the link below. That's it, good man, the link below. And there'll be a very nice bonus which I'm putting together as well if you wish to jump in and get it and you feel it's for you. Mike, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate you having me on here today.
Well, thank you for giving up your time. So, Mike, I know you've been around the block many times in the internet marketing space, but there'll be quite a few people who don't quite know.
That's right.
In a good way. I'm not saying that you're old. You're just a seasoned, wizened. There might be some people who don't quite know who you are or what you're about. So, if you don't mind, would you mind just telling us who you are and why we should trust you?
Without boring everyone, I've been doing internet marketing since around 2004 when I found out that my brother, who's about 4 years older than me, was making hundreds of thousands of dollars online simply by being a magazine affiliate. So he was doing affiliate marketing, making a ton of money. I was broke just out of college and I didn't really want to work that hard. So that's where I originally found out about it. Fast forward to trying out tons of things from AdSense websites to working on Fiverr to doing who knows, but just trying anything. Kindle books, I know that you've done that as well. Doing all these different things, solo ads, all that stuff. I finally came across doing primarily affiliate marketing and promoting other people's products in order to make a commission. During that time, to kind of connect it to what we're going to talk about today, I also started putting webinars into what I was doing. So I started running webinars. I would do live webinars where I would be on there and I'd have to be on there at a specific time, at a specific date, and I would have my expensive webinar software open and I would be doing presentations, and it was great actually because I'd make a lot of money from it. But of course, in the process of doing these webinars, lots of things can go wrong. You can have like this interview we're doing right now. It's a recording, so it's something. If my daughter walks in the background, which she's apt to do, you can always cut that out. With a webinar, you can't do that. But anyways, I started adding webinars into my business and started making a lot more money. I probably made from webinars, if I could guess, at least 6 figures, if not multiple 6 figures. Oh, I know I've made at least 6 figures. I've made probably maybe $500,000 from webinars. And I don't want to, I'm not one of these people. I was talking to Johnny about this before the show. If I give an income claim about something, I like to be able to back it up. I'm not one of these people that just kind of throws out numbers without really being able to back them up there. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm an affiliate marketer, webinar guy. I occasionally create products, but yeah, been around a while.
Brilliant. Well, thank you. And thank you for beginning to touch on the genesis of how you came up with Webinaro, which is a product we're talking about today, which again comes out on Thursday, 22nd of July, Webinaro. And I'm looking now, Mike, at the Webinaro sales page, and it has a very big claim at the top, which says new software lets you cash in on webinars without ever having to run one yourself. So there's two parts to this with this sort of claim of Webinaro, which is, first of all, it allows you to, there's a money-making aspect. The fact that running webinars can make anyone who's watching this today who perhaps has never run one before or been on one before, it's a really great mechanism to make money with. And number two, there sounds like there's a bit of an automation or a time-saving aspect. The point being is you can make this money without having to do anything yourself. So I don't know which of those two claims I want to dig into first, but let's talk a little bit about the cashing in on webinars. This might sound elementary, but what is a webinar and how can people make money with webinars in general before dovetailing into Webinaro?
Sure. For those of you that aren't familiar with webinars, probably a lot of you have been on a webinar yourself, where essentially it's a presentation where normally someone shares their screen and you, as the viewer, you sit at home, and the presenter, they also sit at their home, but they're able to present to hundreds, if not thousands of people across the internet. And it's a great way of doing training. It's a great way of doing sales. You're able to sell not just to one person, but you can sell it to thousands of people at one time. Now, you've asked about the different claims here about being able to like cash in on webinars without having to run one yourself. What we've done with our software, my partner Brett Ruchecki and I, is we've created a system that lets you run automated webinars. And what that means is that you can actually have a webinar running where you simply upload a video into the system, and people watching it can perceive that it's a live presentation, but you can just be sitting at home and drinking a coffee while they're watching it. Now, what makes this different than just like having someone watch a video is that you can have it so that people are actually asking questions on the call, and you can answer those questions yourself. So like, let's say you're sitting there watching TV at night, and someone's watching and they say, well, how much is this? Or what do I need to do with this? You can actually reply back, and they're going to get that question, that answer live on the call. So, I mean, for really, they're benefiting from this as well, because normally with a live webinar, you have to have the webinar at a certain time. A lot of times we do our webinars at 10 a.m. Eastern. Well, 10 a.m. Eastern is not that great for people that live in California that are 3 hours before, so they have to watch it at 7 a.m. People that are in Australia, who knows what time that is for them, and there's people that, like the customers from all around the world. With an automated webinar, you can actually choose, the person that's watching can choose when they want to attend the webinar, and they have more flexibility with being able to consume that content. Also, without, we said that you wouldn't have to do a webinar yourself. We have recently done a webinar ourselves where we took the webinar that we had done live. We initially did it live, and then we used the Webinaro software to make sales. Again, by using the software, we made $22,000 in sales in just 30 hours, actually using the Webinaro software. This isn't from the live one. This is from actually using the software. And what we've done is for people that don't want to create webinars themselves. They say, well, webinars sound hard, which they can be sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Like doing a webinar, it takes, you have to set it up, and you have to create a presentation. You have to have a product that you want to sell with it. Well, with what we've done is you have the webinar all set up for you. We have an offer that you can cash in on the exact same offer that we made $22,000 from, so you can make money from that by selling that and making a commission on that. And you can use the software to run the whole thing. So that's kind of the unique thing behind this system.
Often when people talk about systems like this, and this sounds incredible, and I hope people at home are tracking what you're getting with Webinaro. With Webinaro, not only are you getting a webinar platform which shows webinars, there's no monthly fees, and wonderfully, Mike and his partner Brett have put inside of Webinaro a done-for-you webinar, a webinar where someone's speaking and selling, and you just need, and it just runs on autopilot with you able to do a chatbot service if you wish, but a chat service, whatever you're doing. But often when people talk about these systems, they usually use the word one click or just 3 clicks, and you shied away from using that kind of language. But this is still a very easy system to use. So I guess my question to you is, if someone were to take the leap and say, yes, I do want to have my own automated webinar system. Yes, I do want my own automated webinar system, which does the selling for me because there's already a preloaded video in there and there's preloaded products for people to buy in there. How long would it take them to set up Webinaro if we're being honest? You know, you've been around the system for, you know, many weeks and months now in development. It's not quite one click, but how many minutes to go through everything and perhaps the training inside?
I mean, it depends upon how computer savvy you are. Some of you are just going to go in there and just like, it's pretty self-explanatory. My business partner, Brett Ruchecki, does a good job of making pretty easy to use software. If you had to watch the tutorial, maybe 20 minutes to set it up the first time, just because you have to kind of watch the video and go along and fill in the stuff with it. But maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And it's not very long. It's a lot less time than it took me to write out the webinar, to present the webinar, to then create the entire program that you're going to be selling on the webinar, which we deliver everything that's like the program that you're promoting. We deliver all of it. We do all the, it's a coaching program that we have, and we do everything. So if you want to do that yourself, you can. On the front end offer, you can do up to 5 webinars. with that. Do you want me to talk about the
Yeah, let's
OTO?
jump in. I
Well,
mean, it's coming to a nice close. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind explaining, so if anyone who wants to jump in now and pick this up through that link below, what would they be getting today, and what are some of the upgrades if they wish to choose them? They don't have to.
yeah, so the front end, you can do 5 webinars, simultaneous webinars with the software. So if you want to create your own and put your own in as well, you can. And that's on the front end. You get access to the software. You can use it for like it's a one-time fee for it, so there's no reoccurring. Now, as far as OTOs go, or one-time offers or upgrades, if you're used to like these crazy Warrior Plus offers where you go into a sales funnel and you feel like you've been you've been abused because you have so many different upsells and downsells, and you don't even know what you bought by the end of it. Don't worry, you're not gonna see that. With this, there's just one upgrade that you're gonna be
One
offered.
upgrade. Wow, that is a rarity around these here parts.
Just one upgrade. It's going to give you unlimited webinars, unlimited agency resell rights. You can actually sell Webinaro and keep 100% of the profits. You get to keep any of the emails that you get with it. So if you are selling it, you can actually set up your own product on JVZoo, and whenever someone buys it, all the money goes to you. All the customers go to you. We don't get anything from it. People always ask, "Well, what's in it for you?" Well, we make our money when you purchase this upgrade. That's the only time we make money from this. You will also, this is something that a lot of people are going to potentially want, is if you get this upgrade, it will remove the Webinaro branding link from the software, so that like when you're sharing your webinar pages with people, there's going to be a little logo and link down there. So if you want to get rid of that, then you can purchase this upgrade. Also, it has faster hosting. Also has the ability to be able to host your webinar pages on your own domain, your own website, if you don't want to put it on our hosting. Some people like to have that on their own sites. The pricing of this one, it is a little more expensive because, again, we're not putting you through a huge sales funnel. You can get it for $47 a month, or if you pick it up during the launch period, it's $197 one time for this, if you get it during the launch period. And again, you get access to all that stuff for a one-time price.
Brilliant. Well, Mike, thank you very much for taking the time to talk us through Webinaro today, this wonderful new tool that you've created, which you and Brett were able to make, what was it, $22,000 in 30 hours, just letting this run automatically, no
Verifiable,
magic.
all verifiable proof. And like I was talking with Johnny about before, like there's a lot of sales pages out there that just have like random income proof on them that's not verifiable at all. It's real money that we made from this. It's a high quality software, high quality webinar, high quality product that you get to promote on the webinar, and you don't have to do anything.
Good, man. Well, thank you very much. So if you're interested in picking up Webinaro, check it out by clicking the link below. Mike, thank you very much for your time today.
Thanks.